Welcome back, guys, to the next episode of Final Fantasy 13. We're at a part of the game which I always thought was beautiful. I actually, literally, the first time I ever played through Final Fantasy 13, I got here and I was like, wow. I know that's more or less a painting as a background, and that's what makes it great. What a landscape, what a world. I wish I could go somewhere like that in the real world one day. It looks like Ayers Rock in the distance on the far right, or something like relevant like it, even though it's Fal'cie instead, but of course we'd never be able to see anything in this world that's like that. A land above a land. But this place is beautiful. But let's move on with the actual game itself rather than stare at things. Scalebeasts. 1,000,000,001 of them. So we actually want to avoid these guys. There's no reason to fight them unless they're like that. Treasure Chest Dave over there is a scalebeast foe that we will face. We will fight. And I want that treasure chest. Except he's stopping me from getting there. Oi, scalebeast Dave, out of my way. I'm jumping down. We should be able to get a preemptive on this guy, so we should be at least near stagger. The only problem is what happens after that. Lever it quick and then fight it with all we've got. Because he's got tons of HP. It's no status immunity, so I really need to debuff the guy, but we're not really going to get to deal damage this time, which is the funny thing. He's got tons of HP, I think. 32,000 in the stuff, in fact.
Change is good, Pops.
So literally the idea for these guys is to debuff them and then stagger them, but they have a ton of immunities when they're in this phase, so it becomes quite a problem to do that thing. The chain gauge gaining is pretty low. I think we might even be able to only debuff them during the stagger itself. After trying this a little bit, it seems that way, if you know what I mean. We haven't actually managed to stick a single debuff on, despite using the Belladonna Rod. Something like dual casting, and then into our debuff thing when he's in normal mode might be the best way to look at things, but in the meantime, we're lowering on our HP a fair bit. I think Cura was an AoE heal there. Got to keep the chain gauge up with commando abilities so it lasts longer when we actually stagger him. I think we can stagger him now, yeah, and then debuff. Poison would be good because poison would drain his HP over time if we can get it on. So we've got now a constant drain even when he's fully defended. De-shell, de-protect would be good. I think they instantly stick as well when you've got them in this phase. So now we've got the debuffs on, it's about doing as much damage as possible right now, but in the future, of course, we're not going to kill him this stagger either. So the odd thing is it's about keeping those debuffs on. They should stay on when he's got his regenerative carapace, which means that he's slowly losing HP all the way. Let's heal ourselves up a little bit. Get ready to start our next attack phase. Go for the stagger again, but his HP is slowly draining all the time. You can look at the bar and see it ticking away. We're only going to be fighting the scalebeasts that are there in front of treasure chests. Only the ones that have something that we want or desire, because they're a pain in the neck. Really, really, truly a pain in the neck. And he just messed up Sazh, no problem as well. That poison is probably going to kill him before we do. Poison is potent on high HP foes. We defeat him within the battle duration. He gives a fair nice bit of Christian points, but we can get points faster from smaller monsters. There really is no gain in fighting him apart from maybe iron shells, but we just got them from the treasure chest, so that's cool. Dodge every single one. Treasure chest! For free this time! A Libra scope, which we used to on these guys in the first place, so that's a bit of a refund. Hi gremlins! We can kill you guys nice and fast. Would you all like to stand next to each other so I can fire at you? It'd be very nice, thank you. Let's fire all you want, I'm going for AoE damage. Oh man, it's so nice to fire damage you like that. Bit of AoE is never bad. And the beautiful background to the battle as well, I love that. I remember I literally did just stop playing at this point in time and I was just there like, wow. It's always nice to see the new graphics the Final Fantasy come up with over the years. Oops, don't go jumping up there. I mean, this was the first one with the generation hop because Final Fantasy 12 was out with the PS2. And there's Agni's Philosophy as well, the generation graphical hop there. It's always nice to see with Final Fantasy because you can always trust in the gameplay, you can always kind of trust in the storyline. So while graphics don't make games, because Final Fantasy pushed forward the art of CGI so much in at least the Japanese game genre, it's always lush to see what new kind of graphics Final Fantasy can come out with. Other games, however, I don't care. I wouldn't care if a Final Fantasy game went back to old graphics. But it's always nice to see how Square-Enix as a company push the boundary. Billion more of these guys. Regarding the Agni's Philosophy thing, it's very much like the movie Spirits Within or Advent Children, the movies. That's what they're aiming for with this next generation of graphics, it seems. Yeah, I was expecting that fire to get me a big hit there.
Bye-bye.
Right then, single target time. Oh, one lived on the far right hand side? How do you live, sir? I'm slightly confused at that. Well, that Ruin's a bit overpowered for Sazh. Can completely take out someone. Go on, Ruin. It seems weird fighting him in this way rather than any kind of melee going on. I always found melee such an intrinsic part of Final Fantasy as well. But fighting them in this way just feels rather odd. Beautiful water. What do you mean, hey, hey? What's going on? Where are you, Sazh? Actually, where have you disappeared to? Where have you gone?
You look tired. Not enough sleep?
I guess.
Not surprising. Cute girl like me. It's hard to close your eyes, huh?
I'm just gonna lie down for a bit.
Being made of the sea, it's not easy. I mean, look. Even I'm kind of worried. But even if we don't know what'll happen, we have to keep our dreams alive. Have something to look forward to. You know?
Next stop is Nautilus, City of Dreams.
Yep. What? Sazh? Huh?
We're minus Sazh? Just Vanille? I hope we don't get in any fights, that's for sure. We don't really have the, well, the artillery to keep stagger gauges up. Where are you, sir? Where have you disappeared to? Don't leave me alone! There's 2 pathways to take. And you know my treasure chesty kind of...
You don't want to leave Sazh behind?
I'm not trying to leave Sazh behind, I'm looking for treasure chests. What are you doing flying around here, sir? Let's go.
Sazh,
You scared me.
what's up?
I'm just thinking.
Don't blame yourself. You know, you can't control who a Fal'cie picks for a focus.
My son Dodge. He was picked. He's a Fal'cie. He said he wanted to see a Fal'cie, so I took him to go on a tour of the Uriday Gorge plant. Thought I'd surprise him with a chocobo chick to take home, but the second I turned my back, into the energy plant he went.
Dodge! Dodge, come out here! Dodge! I know you're in here! Dodge! Where are you? Say something! Dodge! Hey, what's wrong? Dodge!
Daddy!
It's all right. You okay? You're not hurt, are you? What's that? Apparently, those post-Fal'cie had snuck in and tried to attack the Sanctum Fal'cie. It did the only thing it could and made Dodge a Fal'cie to protect it. My son, he got picked by a Sanctum Fal'cie. He's a hero. But we're post-Fal'cie. Dodge's enemies. Psycom showed up right after that to take custody of him. Then, it was one test after another. Even then they couldn't figure out his focus. Maybe it was look for post-Fal'cie, maybe it was kill him. Either way, how could a kid that young even stand a chance? After he was made a Fal'cie, Dodge had some way of sensing things from Pulse. He was the one who found the Pulse Fal'cie. But the kid can't fight. So, that's why I put myself on the train to Purgeville. I figured his focus had to have something to do with destroying that Pulse Fal'cie. Thought I could do it for him and, well, you know the rest. If I was right about his focus, he's probably a crystal already. Of course, if he was supposed to take out that thing's Fal'cie, then either we die, or he's a Sith.
Die? Really?
It's a pickle, all right. But the bird says no.
hammer when you need one.
Nope, because the scenery looks so good, Sazh. You're like, camera, take a picture. That's a pretty heavy burden for a father to carry. The fact that his continual survival could mean the death of his son? I don't know. If you were put in that situation, what would you pick? The continued life of your progeny or the continued life of yourself? What's more important to you? I don't know. I could think about it all I want, but... And I think it would sound really odd for me to say it. Because it would like seem like you were slightly suicidal, but I'd probably, you know, pick my child over me any day of the week. And I guess that's a really odd thing for a human to have before they have children. To say something like that. I don't know how it would be, but there's something really odd in front of us. It looks like a treasure chest shape, but it's cloudy and glowy and interesting.
What is that? Huh, a device that makes bad weather. Come out to play in the rain, did you? Isn't that adorable?
Okay, climate control orbs. These spheres modulate precipitation levels in the surrounding area. Certain indigenous fauna exhibit rain-shy behavior, taking cover during storms. However, inducing showers can result in encounters with otherwise elusive hydrophilic wildlife. The main question to me is which one gives me more experience? Basically always going to be the question I say. Which one gives me more CP? I want your CP so I can level up really fast next time like I did this time. Ah, Mudfrog is new. Hedgehog, however, is not. Kill them all! Fire her! Fire her away! Kaboom! If I had to bet, I'd say the remaining opponent of ours, though we should probably scan it, is weak to fire as well. I'm using a bit of melee there, sir. Courtship dance, you say? Cools allies. Not good. Weak to fire, that's for sure. Stats immunities of death and veil, if they're the far right ones, I guess. It appears we have to take this guy slowly over time, while taking the small guys, which are going to be really annoying. And I guess it's the small guys that actually do the damage looking at things. Alright, let's kill the big guy. I shouldn't die from anything in the meantime. He says, he prays, he fingers crosses. Okay, we have to take the big guy first every time. It might be good to just minus a couple of hedgehogs at the start and then leave one so he doesn't call allies or something like that, unless he calls allies with one. We'll find out through trial and error. It's definitely slowing down the fight that way, so killing the big guy first is the best idea. You can definitely tear through the guys with the sunlight faster is the thing. But I guess what we're really doing is changing opponents we faced before us to be easier. So for example, if we change the weather up here, we might not have a scalebeast in front of us. So that'd be an interesting thing to check out. But thinking about it again, this might be a case for some more debuffing. We can get D-Shell on him, not poison exactly, but just D-Shell would be great. We should be able to kill him a lot faster, that's for sure. Are you not going for that guy anymore? Okay, we're going to have to kill that guy first. Kill the Mudfrog with the stagger, Sazh. Then we'll undermine the other guy and be happy ever after, you know, the end. No, we're D-Shelling the wrong one again. Mudfrog. We don't want Sazh changing target. No, he's courtship dancing. Ah, so if one of those guys is taken out, if he's left with only one or something, he'll call more in. Mudfrog, die already, before Sazh does. This has not gone well for a fight, I've got to say. We've not done very well with our strategy. We've learnt that 2 enemies up equals the amount that he will cool himself and one other. So we have to keep 2 up at all times. We do not want to face scalebeasts though. This is going to be a bit complicated to traverse through this landscape. Bring on the sun, I say. Bring on the sun. At least in an adequate and fast fashion. I don't mind Flan guys. Flan guys are fine. We'll kill you guys. We did respawn the pack we just killed, however. Oh, he saw me first. I think I might go straight to a debuff paradigm, in fact, after hitting the first attack. Mind you, a pack of 4 of these could be potentially more deadly than what we really want to fight. Keep killing B, sir. We have to keep debuffing that exact one, otherwise Sazh won't continue fighting him. Get D-Shell on this guy and we're all set. And dual cast for multiple fire spells. Yep, that's definitely the way to kill these guys the fastest. We didn't get D-Shell on him that time. We didn't even get anything on him. No matter what, it builds the stagger gauge up very well as well. Why are you attacking that guy, Sazh? We want you to attack the other one. Alright, guess we'll attack both. He's got D-Shell. He won't kill you, Sazh. You're fine. Okay, maybe you're not fine. Don't worry, Sazh. We got this. Vanille's got this, Sazh. With poison on top, we've got this. It's fine. We could have looked at your HP a little bit more, but who cares? 5-star, that's all that matters. That is the strategy, just without people dying, would probably be the best thing to say. I don't care if this is the long way around. Look the other way, sir. Turn around. Oh, man. Could I get fire on these guys here? Definitely looks like a gate both with one fire up. Keep casting it, guys. I guess the other one's going to come out stagger very fast. That's the only problem with this. Yes, he is. Right, so undermine we want to go to. D-Shell on nice and fast this time, I like. Now time to nuke the hell out of you. With the big damage spells. It is interesting how our 2 parties have 2 distinctly different ways to play right now. It very much is learning you the system. Right, some gigantic beastie in front of us. Some giant beastie behind us. And the thing is, obviously if we change this, it's going to be someone weaker. Let's have a look. In fact, something significantly weaker. But do we want to fight the weaker? I know, in the interest of doing the Let's Play and all that, in the interest of for the audience, I'd assume if anything you'd want to see what the harder foe does. If it kills me, then we're going to be really unhappy and we're going to have to like waste time. Get down here. Okay, then we'll just walk past you. Sir, what is the point in you if you're not going to come down and fight me? Sir. Oh, there we go, we got him. Okay, cool. We can literally run past those guys anyway, so we wouldn't have had to fight anything. Which is just a bit silly. Right then. We have stats immunities up the wazoo. Weaknesses nicely. Susceptible to poison is the obvious hint here. We're going to undermine. Or actually, I'm not going to undermine. I'm going to tighten. So we're susceptible to poison, so that's what we're going for. Oh! Yes, this D shell is what's the problem. And of course we can't do D shells, but we can do a Suna. It's what we needed right there and there. Right, so this is a harder battle than I would have thought, but the funny thing is, because we got poison on, look at his health dropping. So we're not actually that bad off, that's the funny thing. We're actually building up his bar as well.
I owe you.
I'm not going to let you do the ridiculously damaging attack. Oh, okay, you did a ridiculously damaging attack. That wasn't good. And deprotect as well. We're actually near to getting you staggered. So time to push him over the limit, so to say. And do the damage that it is we need to do. So that's interesting. This battle involves a fair bit of setup. And then we can literally go for the throat. Poison him again. We will kill him in the meantime. There's no point in poison after all. Kill him. There's a bigger bad guy for you. Christian points out is not really worth the time spent fighting him. But you know, for the whole experience of it all, there we go. I don't run away from any challenge, she says, even though he's obviously going to go over there and change the dynamic and make sure that the monsters are not really big and about to kill him. I love how that one in front of me didn't see me. He just did not see me for the life of him. Abilities: Fire on Flandracore B. Double whammy. Though, of course, Sazh went for a different guy entirely, so we might not even get this guy in time. I know we will, just about. If Sazh gets his attacks in, we've got it. Okay, attack Flandragore C next. Because Sazh staggered him, his bar is going down a hell of a lot slower. We won't be able to get there in time. Oh, look, he just survives. For one more attack and then dies. It's back to the usual strat. And then the usual nuke. Oh man, I love fighting those guys. They give quite nice CP as well for the small little bit of strategy that you have to use for them. Lovely jubbly, an aqua ring. And another group of gremlins. As we push ever onwards. That's a new guy there, the garage mentioned, remember? This is a different group of enemies itself. They can cast Fire and have a fair bit more HP than the previous ones. And the fire is going to be a bit of a problem because of course our guys choose to stand next to one another. So we're going to lose health quite quickly over time. And it seems the best thing about it is that Sazh's melee damage is the best way to kill them. Its spell damage is halved. So that changes the dynamic of the fight itself, strangely enough. I don't think debuffing these guys is going to prove me that good, but I'll give it a shot. I mean, debuffs seem to stick pretty fast. And very much helps Sazh with his damage. We've got to find a strategy to defeat them really fast, but that's the end of this episode, guys. Thank you for watching this episode of Final Fantasy XIII as we push through the land of changing weather. Facing different monsters all the way, I'll thank you and watch next episode. Tune in. See you around. Cheers. Bye-bye.